Trot Wham, Ian Cameron, Mr. Bobano, and Dutch Boy Fresh. NBA has been treating me very, very nice. I have absolutely zero complaints at all. I wish it could last forever.
What is that
Um,
record of yours, Skee? A football score, right? 14-0 or something like that?
yeah, I've won 14 in a row, so I wanted it to stay here forever. If we
Wow.
could just have playoff basketball, if they could just be motivated, we could maybe have an island by now. But enough about
That's what's
that. I'm gonna kick it to you, Bobano. How's everything treating you? And what you've been thinking about the games you've been seeing lately?
No, it's been good. And this round, it's continued to be good. Like the playoffs have turned around my season. I didn't have a great regular season in the NBA. It was very up and down, very mediocre. I wasn't thrilled about it. But the playoffs have been a nice, solid run for me. And it's been a nice first round so far, or it's not first round, conference finals so far to this point. My biggest bet of the playoffs was Miami in game one against Boston. I just thought everything came together. It was a perfect recipe, perfect storm, if you will, for the Miami Heat catching Boston after game 7. My Boston going from Philadelphia to Miami, a bit better team, certainly a better coach, obviously going from Doc to Spoelstra. And, coming off that game 7 would be difficult to play a good 48 minutes. And Miami not only covers that game, they end up with the outright win in game 1. The Laker-Denver series has been pretty good. Last night was just last night was I had Denver -5 last night. It ended up being a push, so I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it that I got the push on that because Lakers played good for 3 quarters, and after that it just fell apart. And Jamal Murray just said, "I ain't letting our team lose this game." He was just magnificent there in the fourth quarter. Shout out to Kitchener, Ontario, 1 hour west of where I live. They're going nuts for Jamal Murray, a native of the area. But no doubt a great performance from him. And then I had Denver in game 1. I expected Denver to be up 2-0 in this series after the first 2 games. But as I also said on Twitter a couple of days ago, I also think LA is going to hold serve on home court. So this is still very much anyone's series in the West. And we'll see how it goes tonight with Boston and Miami.
We absolutely will. And Wham Bam, hit that one time for my boy EJ. I appreciate you with the $5 dono. Much appreciated. And you became a member today as well. I seen that at the beginning of the show. So much appreciated. And there's a lot of praise in there for you members. So you should see it right there.
Shout out to them.
I agree with what you said there, Babano. Wham Bam, how's everything been treating you? And what do you think about what you've been seeing?
Yeah, man, it's been, man, like you said, bro, like I said, man, don't want this shit to end, man. I've been feeling real good about these NBA playoffs, bro. Rolling with y'all, of course, is definitely a plus. I'm excited about today, just based off of I haven't made a bet yet, so I'm going to be making that bet live on here. I know I have a few plays that I think we all own, so I'm gonna do how we normally been doing. It's not been broke, so not trying to fix anything. But yeah, yesterday was crazy. I had the Lakers 5.5, so that was a quick sneaky cash. I wish I did live bet the overtime because I thought they was gonna be able to hold it down, but seemed like the Lakers was selling point shaving as they normally would. Of course, didn't need to win the road game in the first 2 games, but maybe they do it in game 5. I think that's obviously how we're gonna have to play that. But yeah, man, shout out to Boofer. He said Wham cashed the 5.5 with LeBron. It's Magic James, man. This series, bro. He's Magic James, man, with 10 assists yesterday. Probably got to keep going up on those assists there. Shout out to that. But yeah, man, today is going to be an interesting day. We could talk about that. But as far as yesterday's game, Lakers got to hold it down at the house. I expect them to do that. So just like you said, Babano. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here with y'all. And let's keep winning, bro. It's only right.
It's only right. And Sam Conner with the $13.99 dono. Appreciate you, brother. He says, let's eat. And that must mean, we must be making some money on this show. And I know we are because these best bet segment, I don't remember us having one losing day. Like collectively, we've been winning every single time. So appreciate you, Sam Conner. And let's keep eating. Like you said, he said, thank God D'Lo didn't foul. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
I was hoping he would, but like I said, I'll take the push on that. Like Denver didn't play great, and they still won the game, and we'll take it.
Dutchy, did that help you out? The no foul, and how's everything been treating you? You like what you've been seeing?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Star Child in the building. RP, I see my man Razor Sharp Picks in the building. Guy was on that 5.5 last night for 5 units. So shout out to him. Yeah, man. Yesterday was actually my first losing day in the NBA and an awful since I can really remember, to be quite honest with you. But we'll keep it a buck. Got a little cute yesterday. Went Nuggets first quarter. And probably should have just stuck with where I was originally, which was the Lakers 5.5. So it was a sweater. Honestly, I should have just went with where I originally thought was the Lakers would show up in game 2. They damn near gave that motherfucker away because LBJ, he just wants to pull up from deep over and over, I don't know what the fuck he's thinking, but yeah, man, it was a close shout out to all the Laker fans, the Laker backers, got it done at the end of the sweater. It's nice to be on the right side of that hooker. But yeah, got a little cute yesterday. I thought the Nuggets would come out hot in that first quarter. And then I would find a way to kind of get on the Lakers. Kind of backfired on me a little bit and gave away a couple units yesterday. But really eager. Been eating so fucking good in this NBA. So you can't win every fucking game. I can't be Skee and win every fucking goddamn day. But I'll win almost every motherfucking day. Goddamn it. So that's what I was telling myself last night. Don't be too you can't win every motherfucking day. Goddamn it. But we're gonna win tonight. Really like tomorrow's game as well. Locked and loaded for tonight. I believe I'm on the line movement says I'm on the correct bet either motherfucking way. So we'll see. Obviously, it's more of a spot play for me. We'll get to it. But yeah, man, the playoffs has been a beautiful thing. And I get a little depressed when I think we only got about 2 to 3 weeks left of this shit. I really don't try to think about it because when I do, I just roll up and continue to roll up. It's bad. Shout out to Joshua too, our boy Josh K. in the building. We get donos all day. Yeah.
Hey, he hit you with the edited Dutch version. Hit the mother freaking like button.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, man.
Hit me with the PG, motherfucker. That's the G version,
There you go, Josh. And you missed the other one. Don't be motherfucking respectful.
Don't do it. I ain't wrong you.
Hey, appreciate you guys for sure.
WNBA, yeah. Oh shit, it's on.
Yes, it's opening today.
Oh, here we go. Let's get that. Let's get that WNBA haterade going for Dutch.
AKA the Domestic Violence League.
Oh my god!
Come on, man. They're all fighting, fucking each other. Come on, man. That's all it is over there.
Oh boy. Hey,
blame Razor. Blame Razor.
Razor know what he doing. Razor ain't here to
I'll give a little something.
I like this one too, though.
He stirs the pot.
Yeah, he stirs the pot. That's what I'm
hit the
saying.
magic 3. Yeah, that's for sure.
He said he Magic James, but he can't hit the magic 3-pointer. Hey, I'm gonna have to talk to his ass for sure.
Man,
I see everyone was freaking out on LBJ pulling up.
I got to say about that, you got to be fucking dumber than rocks to keep shooting threes the way LeBron James was last night. Like, how stupid can you be? You're 1 for fucking 23. Like, maybe stop doing that shit. Like, maybe cut it out because you're killing your team right now. And especially in the fourth quarter when Denver's making that epic run, like, figure a way with that big fucking frame of yours to take the ball to the hole and draw a foul when the fucking perimeter Jimmy isn't falling. It's not rocket science. We're not splitting the atom figuring out you got to find another way to make it happen offensively. Holy fuck. 1 for 23 from 3, and he's still jacking him up like he's Steph Curry. Stop.
Stop.
No. Please. Tell him, Babano, no, real shit, because you don't have to hear that bullshit. He has good IQ shit. Tell him, Babano, this is some bullshit, bro. We've been seeing some bullshit, bro.
The IQ went out the window, or went out of his fucking head last night in that fourth quarter. I'll tell you that.
Tater Tay and Art say he was tired. I agree with that, but I still don't want. I don't care. Go sit on the bench if you're that tired. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see them threes no more. He's shooting like 32% on the season. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out.
Cringy.
But let's get to some actionable info for today. We having a good time like we always do. We have one game today, one game tomorrow. We'll touch on a little bit there. First game up, Miami Heat heading into Boston. Boston opened as a 9-point favorite. I now see 9.5 pretty much everywhere. Total open 215. I see a couple 216s. South Point and Caesars. Other than that, it's pretty much 215s everywhere. So make sure you line shop depending on which one you would like. I want to go to Dutchy in this one. I'm just curious how you feel about this Heat squad in game two. Do you think, is this the kind of team that can be satisfied, or do you think that Jimmy mindset is going to continue into game two and they're going to come to play?
I'm not gonna say they're gonna be satisfied, but overall, it is what it is. You're not gonna have the same motivation as in game one, knowing, that you're a 8.9 dog, or 8.5 point dog, going in there and then getting an outright win. I think they might have a little bit more. Hey, we're better than these guys, and that might not be the best going into game two. But simply, I believe this is just what it is, man. Miami has done what they came to do. They got one. That's it. I'm not overthinking this motherfucker. The number's big for a reason, and I believe there's tens out there now too. So there's a reason. I did get the 8.5 minus 115. I love bleed green here. I think it's from start to finish, but most importantly, full game. I think they're up by double digits. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a motherfucking 20 piece. Because like I mentioned, Miami did what they had to do. I think Boston's a more talented team. They're not the better coach team. They're not the more ran team, but they're the more talented team. So I think talent will rise tonight, because simply it's a must fucking win for the Boston Celtics. If they lose this game, I mean, this wrap motherfucking city. Wrap it up, because they're going back to MIA with all the Mo and obviously Eric Spo, who's really probably been him and Jimmy Butler have been the most impressive thing in this playoffs, just to be quite honest with you. So winning in Boston wasn't surprising as we went with it with the points. Some people had enough balls to do the money line. I'm very happy with the outcome, winning there. And it came down, I think this game will simply be Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. I think Marcus Smart will set the tone. I think Al Horford will be in that corner. You're going to get role players. You're going to get the best from all the role players, but most importantly, the stars will shine tonight. It will be the Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown show. And I think they run Miami Heat out the gym. I think Miami is getting ready for game three back at the house. It's simple as that. I do not believe Miami will shoot as well as they did from the perimeter. I mean, good Lord, did they played very good basketball in game one. Hey, let me just bring this up real quick. My fault. I do not believe, obviously, they're going to shoot 51.6% from the three-point line. I mean, goddamn, 16 to 31 from three. I mean, I don't think you could do that 2 motherfucking times. Definitely not in a must-win game for the Boston Celtics. They will guard the perimeter a little bit more. They will not let all these undrafted motherfuckers knock down threes. Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson, Strus, Kevin Love. I mean, put a hand in somebody's motherfucking face. I believe we'll see it tonight. The perimeter will be a little bit more locked down, and I don't believe Boston will shoot 35% from the three-point line. So both teams got really what they want, shot 52% from the field. I believe that'll kind of continue a little bit offensively. I just simply believe Boston guards the perimeter more, knocks down bigger shots, and runs Miami out the gym, because I do think Miami has done what they came to do in Boston, and that's get one.
It is absolutely a Boston spot. Wham Bam, I know you love to bleed green, every chance that you get. Are you going to trust them in this spot, or is it too many points to lay?
Yeah, hell no, I ain't bleeding green. You know what? No, this is what it is, though. I'm not bleeding green, but no, that's funny as hell that you say that, though, because that's the only way I'm going, though, bro. That's the only way I'm going. You hear the little man? He agreed with this one as well. I think Dutch, they ain't gonna shoot 51% from three again, bro. Come on, man. We gotta believe that Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, and Kyle Lowry ain't all gonna combine for or at least have at least 3-point makes. All three of those guys made a big huge role there. Free little Wham, my boy Architect said he hilarious for that. Hey, my daughter just took him out. It's over with for him now. But no, Duncan Robinson, we know what happened with Duncan Robinson last playoffs. They got him off the floor. I don't think he's going to be saving them like he did in these last few series. So in this game, we know what happens when a team that's looking to avoid going up down 0-2 at the house, they usually come out and win. I know the cover is at a great crazy high rate there. The fact that they this big of a favorite, I kind of agree with you too, Dutch, on that they are the better team. We know what a better coach is. We know what Jimmy Butler's going to do. But a lot of things they always go talk about, bro, it's going to be a Jimmy Butler and the free throw attempts that he gets. He had 10 free throw attempts. They still shot crazy. The problem is for me with this Heat team is that they're going to continue to give up points in the paint. Robert Williams is holding down there on the paint, doing offensive rebounds. being able to hold down the paint, and then also guys like Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Most of their points came from the paint, at least mostly about half of them. So you usually see this team shoot a lot of threes, try to keep up with the threes there. Seemed like they were shooting bad from seemed like they figured it out. Let's get to the paint. They don't have any rim protection outside and a bio there. So I think that they continue to hold the paint down. I like Robert Williams today as well, over 7.5 rebounds. I think he's going to continue to play crazy on the offensive boards. He's going to only get more attempts. I think he's going to show that he gives them a little bit more extra energy. We need that from him. If there's going to be a competitive series, because I still think that Miami Heat is going to be able to make adjustments, make the right reads to be able to keep this competitive series, and guys are going to find roles being shifted around and around. So I think that's going to still be there for the Heat. But for this game, I'm going to only go Celtics. I like Robert Williams over 7.5, and I like the under 215.5. Under 215.5, that's going to be official play for me. I really like that. I think it's going to be a slow tempo game, similar to what you've seen with the Laker game. A lot of guys breaking, a lot of defense being played. Reason why I like the Robert Williams rebounds too is because I think there's going to be a lot more rebounds than there was in the last game. So shout out, Lil Wham hate prop players. He do though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He might not like those. Once we get clear words from him, then we'll really understand it. But not right now. He only like the size, bro. And I'm on the total though, 215.5 under.
All right, so Wham Bam says, it might be a little bit too many points. You don't want to look at the side. He's going to look at Robert Williams. And what was the last one? I'm sorry, I blanked out a little bit on that.
Yeah, I'm on the total 215, under 215.
215.5 under. So let me ask you, Robano, Wham Bam liking the under, Dutch liking the Celtics. After the game that they just had, I mean, listening to the interviews, all I hear is Marcus Smart saying, we need to play some damn defense.
Yep.
Hear other players talking about intensity, things of that nature. Do you think it's more of an under type game? I mean, the first game flew way over the total. So how do you think that will shape up? And who do you think, is the right side in this one as well?
Yeah, as far as the total goes, I could definitely see an underplay here. Personally, I'm not betting it, though, because I still think the pace is going to be very high. Boston's still going to push pace. Miami's actually played a lot faster this year than we've seen in some previous seasons under Eric Spoelstra. There's no question about that. And they've kind of adopted that kind of style. And the thing that concerns you, too, about the under, and the one thing that could hurt, is neither team is fluid consistently, valuing and taking care of the basketball. You know what I mean? Turnovers were a huge problem for both teams in game one. And that's what fueled so much of the offense in the first game of that series. Like Boston and Miami combined, for a boatload of turnovers, treating the basketball like a hand grenade. What's that do? It gives the opposition an easy transition opportunity the other way to just run it and stuff it right down your throat off a turnover. And those fast break points really went back and forth both ways in game one. So that's another key to handicapping the total. Can you trust both teams to take better care of the basketball so that this is played at least a little bit more in the half court? Because both teams off those turnovers, they were just running that ball right down the other way and looking to finish in a hurry. So that's a matchup you want to watch for tonight. Boston obviously has to tighten up defensively. And in fact, I didn't think Boston played poorly defensively in the first half, but you give up 46 points in one quarter. I mean, let's be real. That's the quarter that won Miami the game the other night, that 46-point third quarter after they were down by 9 points at halftime. That one quarter completely swung the game in Miami's favor. And after that third quarter, I'm like, they're going to win this game. They've already done enough, in my opinion. Boston tried to make a run in the fourth, but it was too little too late. That non-existent defense and Miami just catching fire from the perimeter in particular was a big reason why they just took over that game. And that's the thing with Miami. We always said coming into these playoffs that, is Jimmy Butler going to consistently get, his guys to step up? And what did we see in game one? Bam Adebayo with 20 points. What an offensive effort from him. I've rarely seen Bam Adebayo play better offensively than he played in game one. He was outstanding. Gabe Vincent, 3 for 5 from three-point range, 15 points. Max Strus, 3 for 5, 15 points. Caleb Martin gives them 15 points off the bench. And I'll go back to the old man Winter, and I can't call him that. He's playing too well. I got to be more respectful of Mr. Kyle Lowry than that. What a performance by him off the bench in game one. 15 points, ran the point extremely well, knew when to shoot, knew when to pass, knew to get that team going, especially in the second quarter when, Boston was starting to take control of it. Like Kyle just all of a sudden, bam, like he had, I think, 3 consecutive trays in a row at one point in the second quarter. So, give this guy credit. And now it makes sense the way Miami kind of played it with Kyle Lowry all season, where they gave him his rest. They didn't, wear him out with a ton of games under his belt. And now you see the dividends that pays here in this series is that you got a fresh Kyle Lowry now here in the Eastern Conference Finals, and that certainly helped them. Here's the issue, though. Boston's got home court. Boston, is going to focus on defense. And if they do play better defensively tonight and negate the turnovers that really hurt them in that third quarter, can you trust Strus again? Can you trust Caleb Martin again? Can you trust some of these supporting cast components of the Miami Heat to shoot as well and play as well as they did in game one? You would think there's going to be some downturn for a lot of these guys. Butler's going to get his. He's just too good. But at the same time, if you're Boston, you can't totally put all your efforts on Butler. Butler's too good. He's going to get his. You just can't let Strus go off. You can't let Vincent go off. You can't let Caleb Martin go off and beat you right now tonight if you're Boston. So I think that's where a lot of their focus is going to be. What I will do in this game is I don't want any part of the full game spread, even though this feels Boston, spot all the way. I agree. I'm not laying 9.5 now for a full game number. I'm not doing it. It's just too high. And I respect this Miami team just too much to lay that kind of number. I like them in the first half. The Boston Celtics, 6.5 is the current first half number in this game. I would much rather take Boston first half here tonight. And what I will do is my strategy with this game is I'm on Boston first half -6. But if Boston covers the first half line, I'm going to grab Miami at halftime. And I'm going to bet Miami live in game at halftime. The numbers don't lie, folks. And we know how good Eric Spoelstra is. We know he's an elite coach. There's a reason why he's the longest tenured head coach in the NBA right now behind Pop with San Antonio. It's because he is just consistent. He is a master at adjusting. He is a master at plays out of timeouts. Everything that makes a good NBA coach, Eric Spoelstra's that. Okay, and we saw it on full display. Schooling Boston and Missoula in the third quarter and the second half the other night. Eric Spoelstra, all-time ATS record in the second half in the playoffs. Do you know what it is? 99-71 ATS, 58% lifetime. Second half, if you bet second half point spreads with the Miami Heat in the playoffs under Eric Spoelstra, you're 58% winners, 99-71 ATS. Good luck going against that. And that's why I don't want the full game. I'm worried that Boston's up double digits tonight in game 2, and Miami comes back and hangs around just because they've got such a superior coach in this matchup that can make those quality key adjustments at halftime. So that's the approach for me, Skee. I'm passing the total. I'm going to take Boston first half -6, and I'm going to bet Miami live at halftime if Boston's ahead and covers that first half spread.
I like that look. And the chat is liking what you're saying as well. So my thought process on this is who the spot is absolutely for the Celtics. I can't deny that, but I just don't trust them. I think Missoula is unfit to be a head coach, and the Celtics team has just been inconsistent, I'll say. I don't like what I've seen from them. Now, with that said, the one thing I did see from them in the last series, when their back was against the wall, they showed up defensively. They came out early and was shutting Philly down. So I think that's the kind of effort and game that we get from this Celtics team, especially hearing how the players were talking about it. Like I said, Marcus Smart said they need to play some damn defense, et cetera, et cetera. I think this is going to be a lower scoring affair. S. Warrior, we know the Heat are his team. He earlier in the chat, he said that the Heat scored 57 on over 50% shooting in the first half. I feel like, if you're shooting that good, you should have been in the 60s. It just goes to show maybe the pace that they want to play at or something of that nature. So I do expect Boston to come and play defense, and I don't think the Heat are satisfied. I think this is a group, especially with Coach Spo and Jimmy Butler, that's going to come to play and come to try to win this game. Like he said, they don't care, what anybody else expects, if they're a big underdog or not. They're still going to come out and play hard. So for that reason, I lean towards the Miami Heat. But I think I like the way Babano said it. If you like the Celtics, take them early and take the Heat in the second half. I'll probably be playing this one live as far as taking them in the second half while I'm out playing some poker or something. As far
Totally
as
agree
the
with that. I think if you like Miami, bet them halftime. I think that's absolutely
Yeah,
the best
everybody
approach.
likes Miami, but
Yeah.
nobody's got enough balls to bet him, huh? 3.5. Everybody likes him, but I think I'll wait maybe for a better.
I'll
Let me
say
tell
this
you this,
though.
man. After the fucking game 1 against Philly, right? What happened? 30 fucking 4-point beat down. Joe Embiid comes back. How are they getting 7.5? Boston runs them out the fucking gym by 30 fucking 4 game 2.
Right.
87 points. Touching on that defense you guys keep talking about a little bit. It might be in that realm. It might be in that realm. So if you see 15, 16, 17, don't be too eager to jump on that bitch because Boston gonna run these boys out the motherfucking gym, man. It is what it is. It's game 2. Miami's done what they needed to do in Boston. Boston will play lights out. They'll play locked fucking down defense. And Jimmy Butler will be sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter because they'll be blown the fuck out.
There is an element of if this gets to 15, 20-point margin second half, do they wave the white flag? Do they just say, you know what, let's get them in game 3 back in South Beach? Maybe there's some potential. Will it get to that point, though? To me, that's a legitimate question you got to ask yourself. And look, Kyle Lowry was on TNT after the game last night. Now, if this is some bench scrub or some bench player saying what he said after the game, maybe I'll say, big deal. But Kyle Lowry's a bulldog. He's a gamer. He's one of the leaders on the team, him and Butler, the veterans. He said after game 1, we're not satisfied. We'd like to take a second game here in Boston, if we can here in game 2. So we'll see if it translates onto the floor tonight. That's going to be interesting. I will say this to Dutch's point about Boston's going to roll tonight. Miami did get destroyed by Milwaukee in game 2 in the first round, after winning game 1. But against the Knicks in the second round after winning game 1, Miami lost game 2, but they covered. They actually covered the full game spread in game
without
2.
Jimmy Butler, too.
Yeah, exactly, against New York. So, if you look at Milwaukee, we saw them get blown out in game 2 after winning game 1. If you look at the New York series, they covered the full game point spread, and it was still anyone's game in game 2 against the Knicks. So that's why, to me, especially with this number at 9, it's not any level of – I want no part of the full game number, quite honestly, here with Boston. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm sticking to my strategy here. I'm going to go first half, and if they're up by 8, 10, 12, 14 at halftime, I'm going to jump in on Miami live. If it gets away from them, if it gets away from me, so be it. But that's my approach here.
I'll say this just to end it off right here. Jimmy Butler, 10 free throw attempts. It's going to be under today on that one, man. I don't think the refs love him like he love him back. So at least get this under. Let's get this under 215.5, man.
And what I'm going to say is I agree 100%. It's a Boston spot. But what I've learned throughout these playoffs is that's not the only thing you got to look at. It was a Cavs spot. They got their ass towed up. It was a Nick. It was a who was before them? It's been other spots where
this is the Cavs. The Cavs was the one that was really the Cavs was
the Knicks too. I think it was the Knicks too. Knicks spot, they can't perform. Like you got to be able to trust the team that's in the spot too. It's not just a spot. So for me personally, I just don't feel that way.
Well, when has Boston lost and not bounced back?
That's why I expect them to bounce back and play some defense.
Yeah,
I like the under a little bit more than I like the side.
Boston is not the fucking New York Knicks. Right? That's what I'm saying.
And this team is something like 8-2, 9-2 ATS in the playoffs too. Miami, they've just been a point spread machine.
Well, we shall see. If I'm liking any props, I probably just maybe do some rebound props.
Gabe Vincent over assists, 8 straight games. He's gone over 3.5 assists. I don't know how you just go away from that. You got to keep riding it at this point. It's been cashing every game. Gabe Vincent, Miami, over 3.5 assists. I like that quite a bit. Like I said, he's gone over that assist prop in 8 straight games for the Heat. I like that quite a bit. If you're going to look at Boston props, it's got to be a Tatum night, right? Tatum's got to lead you out of the abyss here and avoid going down 2-0. So this could be a Tatum night for the Boston Celtics. Wasn't one of his better games in game 1, but I expected that after the game 7 heroics. I think tonight he'll be better. So his props, if you like someone on Boston, are worth a look. Bam Adebayo, I mean, he's gone over his point prop in 3 straight games. The one I'm going to target, I am concerned that they shut him down completely because he really shot the ball well in game 1, but He's gone over his point prop, guys, in 5 straight games for the Miami Heat, and that's Max Strus. And it's still 11.5. He's been averaging 16 points during this run. So the Max Strus prop, even in a night where I think Boston's going to turn up the defensive intensity, I still like it because you got a guy that's trending over that prop repeatedly, and there's been no adjustment in the number.
Good stuff. I saw some people in the chat liking Struce as well. And can't talk you off those other props. I like what Ryan says here, what he said on the show about the 7.5 rebounds for Robert Williams. I think that's a solid play as well. Dutch, to you. I bet Miami to win the series plus 450. So my money is already where my mouth is for Miami. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to bet every single game. I'm all right.
Yeah, you good. You good. They're gonna do 1-1. You happy? They did what they're supposed to do. You thrilled. 1-1 going back to MIA. You good. I do like Jaylen Brown over 2.5 threes. Me and Daddy Cap collabed on that. We're going right back to the window on that. It's plus 110. I think he has a night. I think Tatum's over 3.5 is a solid look as well. But I do think Jaylen Brown's got to be aggressive, ultra aggressive. You know, I think he's got all the talent in the world. So I need him to be big tonight. I think he will be. I look for it, like as I mentioned, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to really get off tonight. But over 2.5 threes, Jaylen Brown, I did put a half a unit on that plus 110.
All right, good stuff. Let's move over to the next game for tomorrow. And again, it doesn't have to be too crazy in depth, but just to look ahead to it. Nuggets going to LA this time to face the Lakers. No more altitude advantage. This Nuggets team that does not have a winning record on the road is going to have to head into LA. I'm going to go to Babano first. Do you think they can get a road win in this one? Will it be in game 3? Is the point spread too high for the Lakers?
So I think Denver's winning the series. I said that at the beginning. I like Denver in this series, but for me, as someone that's on Denver in the series, you know, you have to acknowledge when it's a clear spot for the other side, and this is it. You know, for the LA Lakers, they can't, you know, lose this game. I expect them to be at their best. We do have to remember Denver against Phoenix. What happened in game 3? What happened in game 4? They lost both games, and the series ended up tied going back to Denver for game 5. I actually think that's probably what's going to happen here. Is that we're going to end up 2-2 back in Denver for game 5 in this series. So I do like the Lakers here. I'll lay the points. I'll just go full game. You could go first quarter, first half. You could go with the trifecta if you want, but I'm just going to zone in on the full game because I think they will win this game by 8 to 10, maybe double digits. When you look at the Lakers, self-inflicted wounds, bad shot selection. Looking at you, LeBron, for that last night, just not containing the dribble. Just letting Jamal Murray get red hot, get to his spot repeatedly, and doing nothing about it. That was a concern as well for the Lakers. Basically pissed away 3 fucking amazing quarters of basketball last night, and what a performance by Rui as well, Hachimura for the Lakers. Couldn't have asked for more from him. He was absolutely terrific. Austin Reeves had a terrific basketball game as well. A couple of big baskets down the stretch to keep them alive last night as well for the Lakers. And they pissed it away with LeBron's incessant desire and, to keep shooting threes when he's not making anything. And just defensive breakdowns and not guarding the perimeter as well as they should. Like Jamal Murray, the moment you see him start to hit a couple in a row, you've really got to focus your defensive energy even more toward him. And they didn't do a good enough job of that. They played good defense. I thought their defense on Joker was a lot better last night, crowding him, not giving him space, getting hands in the passing lanes, making it difficult for him to not only be that finisher around the rim, but that facilitator. We're talking about one of the best passing big men you'll ever see in the NBA, and Nikola Jokic. And the Lakers made life miserable on him. And to think they pissed away that great effort on Joker with that great step-up contributions from Rui and from Reeves on a night where LeBron and AD, their offense, could have been better, but they got the bench helping them out, and the supporting cast, that they pissed that away with just a horrendous fourth quarter. Frustrating. It's got to be if you're the Lakers. But if anything, it's going to have them coming back here tomorrow, fueled and amped up, realizing it's backs against the wall time. And we've seen enough from Denver here, especially in the Phoenix series in particular. Can we count on the Denver Nuggets to put their foot on the throat of a team and go up 3-0? They weren't able to do it against a dysfunctional Phoenix team that just had their coach fired, that DeAndre Ayton was a ghost in that series, a no-show, and Denver let that team back into the series. So to me, this is definitely a Lakers play for me, minus the points in this one to get back into the series. I think Denver has a chance to win game 4, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers take that game as well, and we end up back to Denver 2-2. But definitely in game 3, I do like the Lakers.
All right, good stuff there. I can't talk you off that at all. Dutchy, I have a feeling you might agree with Bobano. You're looking towards the purple and gold. What you gonna do in game 3?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to our boy Saturated. Been doing a lot of work in this motherfucking playoffs, just like the rest of us. Good to see our guy BJ in the building as well. Andrew G. I see you, my dude. Yeah, man. This game is really like I put a Skee bet in last night, bro. As soon as they literally fucking lost that game, I went to my account and I was like, I'm betting the fucking Lakers. And then I tried to get it at 165. When it hit, line has changed from 165 to 175. So I did like a little ski bet right here. I took the 175 and it's already like I think I woke up this morning, it was at minus 225. So I don't know. I just felt like the whole world's going to be on the Lakers, but they're not losing this motherfucking basketball game. So I went and took a minus 175 money line. I endorsed the 5.5. I think they probably do blow these boys out, but for some reason it's the Lakers. So I just say, you know what, just pay a little bit of juice. And I think absolutely no way they lose game 3. I usually don't really do these type of bets, to be quite honest with you. Maybe minus 150 would be my cap, but I'm very confident in this bet. I think there's absolutely, realistically, no way the Lakers lose game 3. I think, you can't be in your feelings, man. Come on, you cannot be in your feelings. So Schroeder has to start, and he has to be out there for defensive purposes. He really don't even need to shoot the motherfucking ball. He needs to be out there for defensive purposes. And Rui has been the fucking best player, really, outside of AD's moments there in game 1. He's been the most consistent player so far. I believe you got to start the dude. But he does have to fucking rebound the basketball. I mean, he's played 58 fucking minutes and has 2 rebounds. He's missed more shots than rebounds. Like, it's amazing. Like, the guy's, he's pretty fucking good out there. 6'8", playing good D. You do not want him on Jamal Murray. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. But outside of that, attack the boards a little bit, get some rebounds. I think him and Schroeder got to be in the lineup. Vanderbilt this ain't his series. And then obviously D'Lo, his offense ain't clicking, so he needs to fucking go. It just is what it is. Hopefully you press the right button and he comes off the bench and gives it to you. You need LBJ to be a little bit more of LBJ. I mean, lackadaisical LeBron James is what I see. Obviously, we've seen the fucking lose the ball on the open dunk. We don't see that from LBJ. Shooting them soft ass threes when it counts. Denver's making the run. You got to get to the line. You either get fouled or dunk on these motherfuckers, LBJ. And you shooting bullshit ass threes when you can't even make a fucking 3. I mean, even if you're making them, it's still probably not the best time to take them. Just to be quite honest with you, I think you will get a better play from the role players. Reeves did his thing. I haven't really seen much from the bench outside of Rui. But I definitely think LBJ got to take over. Whoever's making the fucking calls, stop worried about the feelings. D'Lo, the little talk about going to the bench and he didn't like it, obviously is true, because if you're watching the game, he doesn't need to be starting, especially if you're shooting the way he's shooting. I mean, he's got to be lights out if he's going to be in the lineup, in my opinion. But most importantly, LBJ's got to be better. AD was pretty much what we've seen from him, AD this year. He's really good, and then he's, where the fuck are you? Played very good on the defensive end, made some good defensive stops, and rebounded the basketball. But, I mean, he missed shots that just looked so fucking easy all night long. Just didn't look in character. So I think AD gets a big game. I think LBJ has a game. A little embarrassing with the Joker flop and all this shit. And then, obviously, they're clowning him a little bit with the 3. So, I mean, come on, man. LBJ's still the best thing going. So look for him to be the best player in the world after game 3, that type of shit. That's what I see. King James will have the crown, and Denver Nuggets have been suspect as fuck on the road all year. So I don't think it'll change. This will be a series. I do believe that LA wins both game 3 and 4, but we're worried about game 3, and they'll handle business. Lake Show. Let's go.
Good stuff. I like what you were saying there. The chat, I feel like the chat is a little bit divided here. Some guys saying that the Nuggets are too good. A lot of people rolling with what we're saying here as far as the Lakers are the side.
That bitch
And
moved from
Dutch,
3.5 to 5.5 like that. My fault. You know what I mean? So big money
Team
came
down
in
0-2
on
at home. It's
my bad.
like if it's automatic, they're going to take money every
yeah,
single time in an NBA playoff series. Yep.
I did the same thing Dutch did. Honestly, I was right there, in the casino waiting, and I was like, they didn't have it available at the counter, so I went online to another site, and that shit is doing the same thing you said. Line is moved, line is moved,
Yeah.
line is moved. So I took what did I get? I
You got
think it
better than
was
me? I
no,
got
I got
175.
I bet -4 and I bet -183.
Okay.
But you made a good bet because
Yeah.
like Ian said, home favorites down 0-2, they win just below 71% of the time. So implied probability, this line really should have been -244. That's the right price for this line. So
Fuck that
I
shit.
think it's a good bet. Wham Bam,
Told
what
you
you
it was a ski
thinking?
bet. I knew
you
it.
know,
This is a fucking ski bet. And it's the Lakers. Fuck it.
and we've been doing this long enough, already.
Yeah, man.
Wham Bam, you going with the Lake Show? Are they going to be able to win this one by margin? You looking at the total? Are you going with Magic James again? How you doing this one?
Yeah, I love Magic James, bro. I agree with everything Dutch was saying. It should be one of those games for him. If he has any IQ, you know what I'm saying, he should know that him shooting 0% from three and my guy Austin Reeves shooting 55% from three, that 9 attempts, maybe we need to start giving it to the white boy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just start sliding it to him. You know what I'm saying? Put your IQ hat on, you know what I'm saying, instead of putting the fucking crown on.
I said on Twitter last night, Wham, AR-15's got
Yeah.
to get LeBron in the fucking practice facility and teach him how to shoot the three properly.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to. I mean, I think it's D'Lo though, bro. I think you guys talked about it. D'Lo doesn't understand. This is the playoffs, bro. He's still playing regular season hoop. Like, what is you doing? Like, he's still foul baiting and shit. Like, we don't do that in the fucking playoffs, bro. And this is, I think that's another thing that's rubbing off on LeBron. He's playing regular season hoop too. You know what I'm saying? Missing layups and shit. And like, bro, just take the easy play. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like guys are just overthinking it here. And obviously, there may have been a little bit of point shaving there. But our guy Scott Foster in the chat. Shout out to Scott Foster. I heard he was out here already doing Sunday brunch. You know what I'm saying? Getting a couple of days off, getting ready for the damn for the Lakers fair. I wouldn't be surprised if he's there. I mean, they might not use him. They might not use him. Maybe he's coming off the heater, but I wouldn't be surprised if Scott Foster's in this game, man. I like the Lakers. I'm right there with you, Dutch. I did the ski move too, bro. I didn't take the money line though. I should have did that. That was a lot smoother. But I got the 4 and I got the I also took the 5 too because I'm not scared of the number here. Obviously, whoever's going to win is going to cover in this series. I believe. Like as much as the Lakers covered last game, I think the Lakers really blew the game. They should have won that game. Not saying that just because I had a money line play on it, but I just believe like a lot of things that will happen in that game. We seen the truth is in the pudding, whatever the case. But I like the Lakers strategy. I love what they're doing. I don't think that the Nuggets are going to be able to do anything defensively. They're just going to stop making shots. That's how this shit is going to have to happen, in my opinion. I feel like Jamal Murray's playing phenomenal, and to keep it going as well because he was having such a bad game. I was thinking that was going to win us the game. We're playing really good defense on Jokic, like you were saying, Babano. And then Jamal Murray's playing bad too. And he may be falling, like maybe down himself, but he kept going at it. I actually like that for him there. But coming on the road, him and Michael Porter Jr., I don't think those two guys are going to play that well. Man, it sucks too because like KCP wasn't really that effective in that last game too. So you think about a lot of the guys, maybe you see some of these guys play up. They got to let Aaron Gordon become a shooter, bro. Leave that motherfucker there, man. I know y'all don't want to listen to Draymond Green because he said it first on the podcast and all that shit, but he said it, y'all started to do it, and it was working. Then y'all start going up against doing other shit. I'm not sure why Coach Ham does that too. Like, something is working, we don't stick to it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do we gotta keep switching it up? Why do everything gotta be switched up? It's the playoffs, bro. Just make it simple, man. It's not that hard. So I think that's what's going to be the formula for this game at the house. Making shit simple. Not trying to do too much. The stars are here. Everybody came to see y'all. Let's ball out. That's how it's going to be for the Lakers. I think Austin Reeves has a great game. I'm not sure what the number looks like for the assist prop with LeBron, but I've been on that every game so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if I'm on that again. But of course, I got the Lakers with you guys though, so I took the 4, 5. You still could get the 5s. You just got to pay the -120. So I think that's a good look if you're scared of the hooker there.
I'm gonna tell you guys, maybe I should just save it for my best bet, but I think the Lakers, you should be betting on their futures or something. Like, I think they're very live to come back in this series. And I mean, you just saw the last series. The Nuggets looked so dominant in the first two games, right? They lost the next two to the Suns, who don't even have any depth. So it's not too far out to think the Lakers can come back and still make this a series. Do the right thing, man. Do the right thing tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say.
Talk about it.
Take the yeah. I'm with the Lakers. They've still got to win in the problem is they've still got to win in Denver, the Lakers, and Denver has just been phenomenal at home. They're unbeaten in the playoffs at home, 5 losses all year at home, and that's going to be the stumbling block I think for the Lakers. Is I think they can get back into the series. Not so sure about winning the series because eventually they're going to have to win in Denver. There's one prop I really like, and last night I thought for sure at one point, man, I fucking didn't bet this, and it's going to hit. And it nearly did. LeBron James triple-double. He was one shy of a triple-double last night. It was last night in Game 2 against Denver. It's plus 550 in that price range for LeBron triple-double. I'd sprinkle on that tomorrow night. I think, and he's got to take it to the hole. None of this perimeter shooting here. You're not Ray Allen. You're not Steph Curry. Stop with the nonsense. Take the ball to the rim.
And I've been following it since game 1. It was at 1,400 plus 1,400 for LeBron triple double. Game 1, he was very close to getting it. Then same thing in game 2, it was plus 700, cut in half. So the fact that it's right now, it's obviously the bookmakers are trying to save a little faith there.
So I got a quick question for you guys. Does LBJ need to be a little more in cruise control the first 3 quarters? I mean, this motherfucker is averaging. I just seen this just popped up. 4.5 points per game, in the fourth quarter is what he's averaging. 4.5 points a game, 34.6 field goal percentage, and 5% from the 3-pointer in the fourth quarter in the postseason of the NBA. Like, what the fuck? That's LBJ when time counts the most. Like that's not good.
He's gassed. He's tired. So you're
Yeah.
probably right.
So
Yeah.
he might need to. I don't think anyone's ever going to tell him to come out the game. But he's might have to rethink how he's playing the first 3 quarters of this of the postseason, because his legs aren't there in the fourth quarter. He definitely shouldn't be shooting no threes. I mean, he can't eat 34.6 from the field. That's horrendous for LBJ. I mean, you should be getting laid. You should be dunking on motherfuckers or going to the free throw line every damn time.
I'm with you. I might have to talk to his ass, man, because
That's better.
LeBron is playing. I ain't like what I was seeing, but it's about that time. Unless anybody else got something to say or another question to go.
I bet Denver last night, and I'm losing my mind about what he was doing, LeBron with the threes. I'm losing it on Twitter saying, what are you doing, man?
I left the bar. I was at a bar, and I'm like, bro, I'm not watching this. I'm about to turn something over up in here. Like, I was getting mad.
I just didn't understand why Ham had Rui guarding Jamal, and then he had D'Lo in there. It was like, you waited too long to bring Schroeder back in, bro. You waited too long.
That shit's nasty. I want to say I think AD does this a little bit similar. The reason why he's randomly start to shoot threes is doing similar game plan what they were doing in the bubble, trying to get him to become a shooter, get Jokic out the thing. So over a half 3 at plus 155, I wouldn't be surprised that make my card there. Just want to give y'all a little sneak peek.
Was that AD?
AD, yeah, AD just to get 1 3. You know what I'm saying? Plus 155.
He hit one last
that corner.
2 games, and he's averaging 50% from 3, getting 2 attempts. Last, as stupid as it looked like they were trying to make plays for that corner 3, the last one that he got in and out. So looked like that was a design play. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's something they implement. You know what I mean? So I like that look.
All right, good stuff. Let's get to it. About that time, we talked about today's game. We talked about tomorrow's game. Now we'll go around the horn and we'll do best bets. I'm going to save my guy Dutchy for last. First, I'm going to go to Bobano. Tell the people what you think is the best way for them to get paid.
Best bet, and I'm not doing this to make our 2 Laker fan club presidents on this program happy, Dutch WAM and Skee. But I truly think it's my favorite, at least pregame side or total of these next 2 days, and that's Lakers tomorrow on Saturday in Game 3 against Denver. We will lay the 5.5 with the LA Lakers in Game 3. I don't see them going down 3-0. they at least get back into the series a little bit with a big Game 3 win and cover. Lakers -5.5, best bet.
I love what I'm hearing right there, and I know my guy is too. So I'm gonna go right to you, Wham Bam. You rolling with Bobano, or are you doing a little something different for the best bet?
Man, I want to give y'all some money today, but I ain't gonna lie, that is the best bet. The best bet is the Lakers. Best bet is the Lakers, man. Don't play yourself. Do the right thing. Like they said, you might as well just get some of that future money. Plus 330 is what I got for the future on the Lakers. So I forgot to mention that. So I'm tapped in with the Lakers to win this series. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give y'all something today. I'm like the under in this Boston game. I think that the defense is gonna be there. Not that many free throw attempts for Jimmy Butler and Shrews, Gabe Vincent and Caleb Martin and Kyle Lowry. They had 3-point makes a piece. I don't think that happens again today. So let's go under the total 215.5 for the Heat. And of course, the Lakers. Double best bet. The Lakers, man. Come on, yo. Double best bet. Do the right thing.
Hey, I agree with everything that Wham said. I like both of those picks. I say it wrong every time, and eventually one day I say it right. EQ. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Dutch. Do the right thing. You know what's up. I'm gonna go first really quick before I pass it to Dutch. For my best bet, I'm just gonna give you what the actual best bet is. This series, the Lakers are gonna win 2 games in this series. Denver will not win in LA. So you see the Lakers are 5.5-point favorite tomorrow. They're gonna be a decent favorite again in the next game. Take the series over 5.5 games. It's -135. That is the best bet. This will be a lengthy series. So that's what I like. And I'm gonna say real quick, I appreciate you guys in the chat. You guys have great humor and give a lot of great info as well. So always want to say I appreciate you guys in the show. It's nothing without you. Dutch, it's about that time for the freshest look and help us get up out of here.
Yeah, man. Freshest look, we're going to Beantown. And you know what? The Heat will be MIA. Believe it. Leprechauns, -9, -120. The best line out there is good motherfucking money. Believe it. I will be live on Plus Sports Radio tonight with my guy, Dabby Cab. Hopefully some of the fellas right here on the panel. Check us out, 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific time. We're going live for the NBA, for, of course, the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's get to the bag. Appreciate all the real ones in the chat holding us down. RP, Andrew G, Cassville Recon, our guy Lucius Fox, EQ. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah.